All right, so let's get back into my book. Tonight what I'm going to deal with inside of my book, The Male Witch of the South. Shout out to everybody who purchased the book. I appreciate it. If you haven't purchased the book yet, don't be asking me no questions. Quid pro quo. Energy exchange. Now, a lot of the stuff in this book is going over people's heads, which I don't have an issue with because I specifically wrote things in this book like the ancient people wrote their books. The sleep humans, the lower humans, they'll read a passage in this book and it completely goes over their heads. And I'm about to give you an example of that tonight. I'm going to deal with the chapter entitled Sugar Dads and Old Children. Now, what I'm giving you, your grandmother told you about it. What I'm about to give you tonight, your grandfather told you about it. Sleeping with them old men. Now, I'm not saying that this always happens. Stop taking everything literal. Use your brain. And most of this stuff I'm talking about, it comes from the walls in Egypt. It comes from the medical text. In my book, go get the book, The Male Witch of the South, right? By Douglas Faulk. You can go to my website at southerncovering.com. In my book, on page 86, and it says, we're dealing with what tonight? Sugar dads. Watch this. Try not to let this go over your head. My mama was way older than my dad. It didn't happen to me. I didn't stop taking it literal. This is metaphysical teachings. This happens sometimes and it don't happen sometimes. This is metaphysical teaching. I'm the male witch of the South. Let's get into it. Sugar dads, right? Watch this, watch this. Getting pregnant by an old man / sugar daddy. Huh? I'm trying to see if I want to get into it or do I want to wait. Let's deal with the book. Getting pregnant by an old man / sugar daddy. I come to tell you today there's a lot of men out there raising children. That's not for you. It's been going on. You raising the child of an old man. She went to her sugar daddy to go get that bill paid, that car note paid, or that rent paid. Them kids had to go to school. And that old man shot the club up. And she put the charge on you. Oh. This child will be born old. Huh? Now, all the kids won't be born old. It might not be physically old. It might be a metaphysical old. Getting pregnant by an old man, this child will be born old. It will have old blood like its father and be sickly. Huh? Have old blood. This is metaphysical. It will be sickly. But see, some of you out there, I don't hear nobody talk. That don't make no sense. Not all kids. But if I'm not talking about it, then someone won't know. It will have old blood like its father and be sickly. Its bones will be old. This comes from the medical text. The medical text. From Egypt, off the wall. See, you know too much. Go tell the ancient people what you're saying. Its bones will be old. It will never be a true infant. That baby came out old. That little girl look old. That little boy look old. That baby sickly. That baby got all types of issues. That baby like to watch The Young and the Restless. That baby like to watch the news. That baby like to watch the stories. That baby like to watch All in the Family and Fred Sanford. And is 1 and 2 years old. It will never be a true infant. Baby, that he came out like an old man. Yeah, y'all been speaking it. Most older men don't use protection and don't pull out. We know these old men. I ain't never wear rubber in my life. I ain't about to wear no rubber right now. And these sugar daddies is shooting the clubs up. Depositing that old semen. Huh? You keep telling him, if you gonna put this way, hold up, what you doing? Most older men don't use protection and don't pull out. There are many men raising kids that aren't for them. There's a lot of brothers out there raising kids that's not for him. Sugar Daddy done shot the club up. She not about to put that baby on that old man. She gonna put that baby on you. His lover stepped out and got caught up with a sugar daddy. Now, I don't want this little small chapter to go over your heads, but it's obvious I can't control that. We got to deal with polarities. If you could get pregnant for a younger guy, get pregnant for, we have to deal with everything in our studies. Everything. Watch them old men. They're shooting the club up. They're not pulling out. He don't care about the babies. Listen, I got old uncles. My old uncles don't be playing with them young girls. You 20 years old, 23 years old, 30 years. My uncles, the old dudes I work with at my job, they tell me all the time, man, I don't even know, I have a condom on since the 80s. I say, what? Since the 80s. Make sure you go get the book, The Mailway to the South. I'm going to keep coming back with new stuff, refresh stuff, hitting you up, and you can try to keep this thing going. I say.